Welcome back to more Sip to Tally. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're going to talk about Rome Odunze, one of my favorite receivers in college football this season. Obviously, he was catching the ball from my favorite quarterback for the past 2 seasons from college football, Mike Penix Jr. Let's talk a little bit about the stats for Rome Odunze to start off with. 4-year player from Washington, didn't transfer, so all 4 of his years were spent at Washington. Played as a freshman, 103 snaps. As a sophomore, 422. As a junior, 742. And as a senior, 914, which was last year. And let's kind of get into his production numbers as a receiver. So obviously as a freshman, didn't play much, only had 6 catches. As a sophomore, had 41 catches. As a junior and a senior, junior 75, last year 92. More specifically, this year had 92 catches, 140 targets. Played in the slot a little bit, 17% of the time. Out wide, 82% of the time. Yak numbers, 514. Drop percentage of 3.2. Contested catch rate, which we know that's a huge number when we talk about receivers these days, because sometimes you can get open, sometimes you can't, because DBs are getting better at their craft. 75% contested catch rate this year, not total, this year. 75% contested catch rate this year. And that was 21 for 28. So he had 21 contested catches out of 28 attempts. That's amazing. That's an amazing number. And the thing is, what happened was, anytime Mike Penix saw him one-on-one, he gave him a shot. Anytime there were, they went split safeties and he was in the middle of the field, or it was one high, he had a 9 ball, Mike Penix gave him a shot. And 21 out of 28 times, he came up with the ball. Whether he went up and got it, or just, deboed or boxed somebody out, or he just straight up outran somebody, Rome Odunze went up and got it. Now, he's not all about just jump balls and 9 balls. He can do it all. He can run the entire route tree, and we're going to get into some film, kind of showing that and the different things he can do here in a second. But his total production over his 4-year career at Washington, 328 targets, 214 catches, 3,271 yards, 24 touchdowns. He had 13 touchdowns this year, and his PFF grade for overall offense for this year was an 89.9, rounded up to a 90%. But this is Coach Evans, and we're going to talk about Rome Odunze. Let's transition over to the film. Welcome back to more Sip to Tally. Let's go. All right, let's get into the film portion of this Rome Odunze tape. And I've watched 3 games on Rome. I watched Oregon, I've watched Michigan State, and I watched Michigan. But the bulk of this film will come from the Oregon game and the Michigan State game. I had some Oregon timestamps, but I left that paper at work. So I cut Oregon and I'll cut Michigan State, and let's get into it. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plays. Let's dive right into it. But before we get into it, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified when we drop the rest of these draft videos before the draft. The draft's about 2 weeks away, so let's get into it. And this is obviously versus Oregon. Top of your screen there, pointed out with the yellow arrow. Now, what you didn't see right here is Oregon jumped off sides. So Washington knows they have a free play. And right here, whatever the route combination was, they aborted it. It's just go deep. Let's see if we can get something downfield. So whatever the combo was, whatever the play was, it all got aborted because Oregon jumped off sides. So now this is, mano and mano. But again, there's no safety back here. There's no safety back here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. So this may have been the original call anyway, without them jumping off sides. I'm going to throw it up. And he's just better than this guy. What? Elite ball tracking. Elite ball tracking. Over the shoulder. Finds it. Late hands. Right in the breadbasket. Great throw, but even better ball tracking. Being able to get away from the defender right at the last second. late hand so it doesn't give away that the ball's coming. Nice catch. Nice catch. And the ability to try to do something with it after he get it. Try to get some more yards. But it's, number 6 for Oregon does a good job of getting him down. But he's an elite ball tracker. Here's the next one versus Oregon. Bottom of your screen now. With this play right here, the ability to change direction so fast. Bam, no wasted steps. That's one step and into that cut. Going across the middle of the field. Now, what I like about this is he plucks this ball out of the air. He gets a good ball from Penix, plucks it out of the air. Now, the fact that he's a hands catcher, that allows him to stab it and to be able to find something to do afterwards. Now, he don't do much with it, but if he's fumbling with this ball, catching it with his body, catching it up against his chest, catching it against his pads, he don't have the opportunity to get his head around and see if anything's coming because he's still fumbling with it. But the fact that he can pluck this ball out of the air, and part of it's a good throw from Penix too. Now this is not all Odunze. It's a good throw from Penix, but he's able to pluck this ball out of the air, and in this traffic, he's able to not necessarily get yacked, but protect himself. Because if he's still fumbling with this ball and, it's against his pads and he's still trying to secure it, this safety's coming down here right here to cold cock it. But him being able to pluck it out of the air and not necessarily get yacked, but now he can protect himself from whatever hit's coming. And that little subtle move right there, he gets a yard or two, but it's more so to protect himself. Now, he just better. I'm just better than you, bro. That's all this is. One-on-one. Again, no safety help. I'm just better than you. Again, this is that contested catch stuff we talked about. That's all this is. Cornerback on the island versus Odunze, who was probably top 5 receiver in his class. Top 3, if you ask me. I'm just better than you. And he proved it. Game in and game out. Game in and game out. I'm just, you give me one-on-one, Mike, I'm just throw it up. I'm gonna beat my guy. Now we're going versus Michigan State. This one right here. It's just, look, check it out. This is the safety right here. This is the safety right here. Remember I told you, anytime he can get, one-on-one versus Odunze, he's going to give it up. This is the safety. And he's running with this post that's going this way, which is going to leave Odunze one-on-one with this guy right here. And so he's going to give Odunze a chance. And he's not open, but my guy one-on-one. Another contested catch. My guy's better than your guy. That's what that is. My guy's better than your guy. That's all that is. One-on-one. Oh, hey, I like my guy's chances. And Penix puts the ball in a good spot. He high points it to the top of the ladder. Shields the corner off and just goes and gets it. I'm just better than you, guy. That's what that is. And like this one right here, playing with a different tempo. Because like on that last post, he never really runs full speed. He just kind of like jogging. On this one right here, this little shallow route. They ran a lot of mesh this game because Michigan State was trying to play a little man. So it comes out looking like mesh, and watch him just change the tempo. And he changed the line too and leaves the DB. Because it comes through, it's just going to look like mesh, like he's going to run a little shallow route. Then just change the tempo on it. And it goes from a mesh to a climb. He's instantly open. Plays with different tempos, which I love. Now, this one right here is just high football IQ. Obviously, they get the cat blitz from the DB. They're into the boundary. They get the cat blitz. He recognizes it and immediately is calling for the ball right now. Immediately calling for the ball. I think Penix sees it a little bit late. But now Penix sees it and gets in the ball right now. But what I love about this is right here, making guys miss. Bam. So what went from a 10-yard gain because he made the initial guy miss, which is now a safety because the corner blitzed, is now 15, 20, 24 yards. Off about a 7-yard throw. Because I'm going to abandon my route because of the cat blitz. So I ain't going to just keep pushing to the safety. I'm going to just stop right here. Hey, throw me the ball, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. And because Mike didn't see it initially, it ended up being that's about a 7-8 yard throw. And it went for a 24-yard gain because he made the guy miss at 10 yards. That's 10 yards worth of yak right there. That's about another 4 yards right there. Gotta have a decent football IQ. See the cat blitz coming? No need to keep going. Now, this ball doesn't go to him. But we haven't talked about his releases and his release package and all that. But watch this right here. This is goal line stuff. You know, if he was the number one receiver on this right here, he probably would have got this ball. Watch this release versus this corner right here. The corner moves the outside leverage, but he's still going to take the outside back. Ooh. So had he been the number one option on this, look at all that. Because nobody else is back here. Look at all this he got to work with. Nobody else is back here. So had he been the number one option on this, he already made this dude jump back inside. After pre-snap, he moved outside. So if he wanted all this, he would have gotten the ball. Now, Mike throws it to him late. But by now, the play is kind of dead. He's just throwing it away at this point. Let's watch it again. See the corner just moved outside? And he just made him jump back inside. And he's dead in the water. If he would have been the number one progression on this. The number one read, so to speak. All right. This is one of his nuanced routes. He's going to push inside to try to give himself some more room because he knows he's working an out route into the boundary. So that's why you're going to see him work toward the middle of the field to give himself more room because the ball's sitting on his bottom hash. This is a boundary throw. So he's trying to give himself more room, get the quarterback more room to work with. See him push inside. Like give himself more room and be physical with the corner. Roam 6'2", 6'3", so he can be physical with DBs. Now he's not like he's NFL open, but he ain't necessarily college open. But watch the throw. And he's not bothered by the DB hanging all over. Not bothered one bit. He high points the ball, and he's not bothered by the DB hanging all over. Great job of just paying attention and locking in on the ball. Forget the DB. It's just you and the ball. It's me and the ball. Got it? Got my foot down. And if it was the NFL, I would have had the second foot down too. And let's end on this one right here. Just again, another instance of I'm better than you. Like he don't even use his release on this. He looks down there and look where the safety is. He looks out there and sees that, hey, the safety is way down here. My bad, hit the wrong button. The safety is way down here. I guess I still hit the wrong button. There it is. Nah, the safety is way down there. So I got all this room to work with. So he's just going to outrun this cat. He ain't going to give him no crazy release. He's just going to take off. But what I do like about it is he levels out right here at the bottom of the numbers. He don't just keep running to the numbers. He kind of levels out and give Penix some room, some degree of room to miss if he needs to. He don't just keep running to the out of bounds line. He kind of levels out at the number, and then Penix kind of fades him a little bit to the sideline. But that still is just, hey, I'm better than your DB. It is what it is. Throw me the ball, Mike. Like it's what Shaq called barbecue chicken. This barbecue chicken right here. Safety's nowhere in position to help. This corner can't guard me. Just throw it up, Mike. I got it. Again, I think this is the third best receiver in the draft. Like, you got your Marvin Harrison Jr., you got your neighbors. Brian Thomas can be up there, but I don't think he's Rome Odunze yet. So I think he's the number 3 receiver in this draft. And this is what I think about him. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. So like, comment, subscribe, share if you have not done so. And I'll see y'all soon, man. We'll have another one dropping for you tomorrow. Peace and love. This is Coach Evans out.